Alright, here we are. Sorry about that, having a little bit of issues with the stream. Gotta get it figured back on out. But so far here tonight, here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, I want to thank everybody out here for coming on out, showing you guys what was going on. Had to update all my OBS. Everything wasn't looking right for the stream here tonight, so I had to redo everything for it. But nonetheless, lap number 8 out of 134 here tonight. Looking at the number 79 of Steve Knight. Riding around in P number 5, Chad McClingley. In P number 1 is the number 65 machine out front. Leading the way over Derek Rudge. Has a nice little lead over second place. Third place of Blake Tidwell. Rolling the outside. Trying to get something to work here in the number 35 machine. He's got Nathan Nicholson looking down to the inside. Nathan's going to go ahead and take over the third position. Going to get right side by side with the number 35 and make that pass. I want to say hello. My name is Dylan from CRN. Again, had a little bit of issues with the OBS and the stream. Weren't going to see the whole track or see anything like this. It was going to be offset. It was just looking all different types of weird. And so just wanted to get that figured out before I went live while not trying to do it at the same time. Looking at it right now, Randy Richard back here in P number 10. Down 8 positions from where he started, so he started to P number 2 on the night. Eli Childs right behind him in that number 9 machine. Road to Pro. Banner across the top. Everybody pretty much having their lines where they want them to be. Right now, everybody's going to be running the inside lane. Top lane will come in at the end of the run, but nonetheless, going to be able to get it on out there. As you see a couple of the drivers cutting the entry, or the dog leg, I guess you could say, just a little bit. It's all AstroTurf. It's not going to ruin the runs or anything like that. Randy Richard getting a little bit loose, sticking it to that blue and white painted line. And believe it or not, that blue and white painted line's got a lot of grip on that inside. But Randy Richard making it work as best as he possibly can. Again, I want to extend my apologies for not having it there for the start of the green flag, but making it work right now. Aiden Beerline up here to P number 6, up 4 positions from where he started. Stages coming into play, 4 tire sets for all the drivers out here tonight. Starting at lap number 15, Chad McKingley. Still out there with race lead up in front. Steve Knight looking down to the inside of the number 35. Making the 35 go up top. In making it run where he needs to run. Everybody doing what they need to do. Is Aiden Beerline going to follow the number 79 down to the inside and get past the number 35? Going to go ahead and slide on right up in front of him. Now Zach Himmel going to be potentially the next one to pass the number 35 in that number 40 machine. RaceEPI.com Toyota Tundra looking to make his way up the leaderboard. Nathan Nicholson up to P number 2. Again, started at 9th position here tonight, up 7 positions already. Biggest mover is going to be Steve Knight, up 8. from where he started. It was going to be Nathan Nicholson trying to claw his way up to the lead of this race. Brad Thacker is going to be down 12 positions from where he started. He's going to be going from first all the way down to last position. As we take a look at our top three as of right now, Chad McClingley in P number 1. Then you got Nathan Nicholson in second with Derek Runge in P number 3. Charlotte, one of those tracks that are really iconic and unique. The Coca-Cola 600 here this weekend is it's always about what these drivers have on their banners come Sunday, representing everybody out there for the Memorial Day weekend. No more big battles out there on the racetrack, but Nathan Nicholson going to look down to the inside, going to get all the way down to that white and blue line. Going to be side by side coming off of the corner. The 65 in the 99. I mean, can't even really fit a piece of paper between these two. Nathan's going to get a little bit tight, going to bump. Both drivers able to keep a straight, little bit of neck code bump in there. But Nathan Nicholson going to get the race lead. Chad McClingley going to hang tight on that left or that right rear. Not going to let Nathan Nicholson get by. As you can see, both lines starting to form up, both top and bottom. Nathan Nicholson using all the room that he can. Chad's going to get up into the outside wall. Nathan Nicholson's going to get clear for the race lead. Miguel Carrera leading this right behind the number 35 of Blake Tidwell. Getting himself in here and ready for the races. This series fully open setups. You can do anything you want in the garage, anything you want to the truck during the race to get that truck as fast and as low to the ground as you possibly can. Zach Henry in the number 77 trying to get around the number 79 machine, who's not able to do so. Going to go ahead and right on board with the number 14, see what Aiden, or 13, excuse me, show exactly what Aiden Beerline's looking at in front of him. As he's got the number 40 of Braden Himmel, going to go up to the outside. Aiden's going to go down to the inside. And nothing there, just going to follow back in line. All that off throttle time for the number 13 machine. Saving tires is going to be your best friend. Gets the nice arch down into turns number 1 and 2. Going to come back out. Going to follow Steve Knight into the straightaway. Going to drive it all the way down to the inside. Get a really good run. Braden Himmel's loose right in front of him. So he's got to be careful with that. Got to check up just a little bit more than what he wanted to not run him over. But he's still going to be sitting at P number 7 at the time being. Now Braden Himmel moves up to the outside. Same with Stephen Knight. And just couldn't get the truck to rotate down to the inside. So Aiden Beerline had to run the outside along with them. Is now Rady Richard looking to make the pass on Aiden Beerline. He's going to go ahead and get on by him. Move Rady Richard up to P at number 7. Randy Richard tried to snap the string of bad races, going to try to get himself up into the top 5 or even a podium finish here tonight. It looked like he got a little bit tight coming out of the corner, had to get off the throttle just a little bit. They would have smacked the outside wall, and aero is going to be a big thing here tonight, as you're going to have a lot of draft here at Charlotte, and then making sure you can get your truck pointed to where you need it to get pointed at is going to be another thing. Aiden now going to look down to the inside of Stephen Knight, and Randy Richard on his way up, sitting at P number 6, making his way around Steve Knight. He's going to try to make the move on Brandon Himmel. Ty Schoening, one of the newer individuals out here in the number 47, trying to make his debut start here tonight, running around in P number 9 in the black and white truck down to the inside of Eli Childs. Eli Childs running that throwback scheme to Team Conti. .gg. Want to give a shout out to Eli Childs, Marto and PC, and everybody out there who like, share, follow, subscribe to CRN. Brian Haynes has been an absolute blessing, as we have our first caution. I believe that's going to be the end of stage number 1, and it's going to be Nathan Nicholson getting the stage win here tonight. This driver's going to go ahead and catch back up to the pace car and get it all rolling. I want to give a big shout out to Eli Childs for letting the CRN come out and broadcast and showcase the league that he has developed very well. I want to give a big shout out to Brian Haynes with Marto and PC. So if you guys need any computer components, sim rigs, or anything like that nature, go to martoandpc.com. Get yourself set up with a good PC. Pit stop's going to go underway here tonight. I believe everybody's going to take 4 tires and fuel. And we'll be able to get stage 2 started and to get it underway. Go ahead and look at the schedule here. See, stages are lap 30, lap 60, and then lap number 134 is going to end the race here tonight. We have this race and one more race, and we're going to take a couple week hiatus till June 29th, and then a 1 week off for 4th of July, and then we're back to our regular scheduled races. Chad McGingley coming out here after doing the pit stops. He's going to retake the lead, and he's going to choose whether he wants the inside or the outside coming to the green flag. Nathan Nicholson currently sitting at P number 13. Not 100% sure if that was a strategy move or if he ended up sliding it through his box going into pit lane. But it looks like Chad McKinley ended up taking the inside lane for this restart. So we're going to get to see how well he does down on the inside. All these race drivers are well respected around the racetrack. All of them run together in the SOFs. I've run with a lot of these drivers as well. Chad McKinley, Zach Henry going to lead these drivers back to the green flag. Pace car down into pit lane. This time by through the Geico restart zone. We are back to racing here at Charlotte. Stage number 2 underway. Chad with a beautiful jump on the field made everybody wait till the last minute. He's going to be able to get clear, make his way all the way up and through. We're going to look back here. Blake Tidwell down to that inside. He's got Nathan Nicholson all over his rear bumper. Doesn't want to get out of the way, but wants to move himself up to the front. Nathan's going to bounce himself up to the outside lane as they're looking to make it possibly 3 wide. No, they're not. They're going to take it back down to 2 wide. The number 42 of Derek Runge. Back there towards the back. Brad Thacker at the back as well, along with Ty Schoening. Nathan Nicholson wrapping that bottom lane as beautiful as he possibly could. Try to get any and every advantage off this racetrack that he possibly can, but Blake Tidwell is going to fall all the way back to P number 13 as Steve Knight up here in the 6th position. Let's go on back here with this battle as Brad Thacker is going to go ahead and get passed by Derek Runge. Nathan Nicholson trying to break the draft from everybody else. Miguel Carrera going to drift up the racetrack just a little bit. Had 3 cars in a lane and a line. And Eli ended up getting it pushed, or not Eli. Miguel ended up getting pushing up the track. But now it's all Brandon Himmel to the front. Chad McKinley down to his inside. Brendan Himmel try to get something working. Chad McKinley ended up tagging him. Chad ended up going down to the inside through the AstroTurf. Going to go ahead and bring it back up to P at number 4. So not a lot of lost time there for the number 65. But he made it worth his while. Racing all the way around this track as we look at Barty the flagman right there. And we get ready to go into turn number 1. Everybody essentially single file now. No big battles going on except for Brad Thacker on that outside. Trying to make something happen. And all the way down to the inside goes everybody. Looking there. And that is a look around Charlotte Motor Speedway. Following along on the new drone cam. Randy Richard up to P number 3. looking to make a move on to the number 13. Gets a little bit tight, almost up into the right rear of Aiden Beerline. Going to back on out of it, let him have that position. Randy, one of the most conservative drivers, and does not like getting his truck ruined. Obviously, that early in a race, you definitely don't want to have your truck or your car ruined in the early stages of stage number 2. So far, so good. Caution free for the most part. Brandon Himmel out to a nice and comfortable race lead. Trying to make something happen and get a little bit of a rebound from last week. But I think while we have this little bit of time for us with the great racing, we're going to go ahead and go down to our first our first You Love to Hear It. Turn the mics down, turn the engines up, and we'll be right back. tonight. Stage number 2 going to end in 5 laps time. Nathan Nicholson making his way all the way up to P number 6. Randy Risher going to drop all the way down to P number 7. Possibly even P number 8 after Stephen Knight takes a whack at it. Brendan Hibbel with the race late in, and Beer Line coming around to try and get P number 3 or P number 2 from Chad McKinley. So far, not able to get it around the number 65. Right behind him, Derek Runge. Battling with the number 77 of Zach Henry down to the inside. Now Nathan Nicholson's got to get around Zach Henry and try to get around the number 42 of Derek Runge. So far, so good. 58 laps green, minus the stage caution. Derek Runge still sitting at P number 4. All ripping the outside lane. Green flag pit stops didn't have to take away from this stage. More likely next stage they're going to have to take a green flag pit stop. Unless a caution ends up coming out in their pit windows. Last lap of stage number 2 underway. The 40 of Brandon Himmel with the race lead. Chad McKinley in a second. Aiden Beerline is sitting P number 3. Derek Runge in 4th. Nathan Nicholson in 5th. I'm going to go ahead and run nice and conservative. He knows he can't get back around. But it's going to be Brandon Himmel with the stage win here tonight. Race Control getting ready to throw the caution out here tonight. There it is. Get these drivers slowed back down, catch the pace truck, and then pit stops will be underway here tonight. Laps green, very well for these drivers. I can see this race going caution free other than the stages. Like I said earlier, everybody's well respected, gives enough room to where it doesn't make the next guy wreck. So we will see. Everybody going to make their way down into pit lane and service their cars. Michael Conti last night after 10 years came in and got the iRacing NIS Series Coca-Cola 600 race win last night. Could have watched that on the iRacing Twitch channel. It was on iRacing's Facebook page, Twitch as well. They were doing what they needed to do, and Michael Conti was able to pick up the race win last night in the official iRacing Series A Open. Chad McKinley ended up getting the race lead on the back after pit stops. So whatever he's doing it great. Ended up getting on around. Charlotte's such an amazing, unique type of track. Me personally, I like Charlotte. The lifting points are different than a lot of the tracks. Yes, they do look familiar. Charlotte and Texas, but they race completely different. Texas, you got to lift completely out of the throttle, let the truck set and rotate before you pick up the throttle. Charlotte's 1 and 2, you just blip the throttle a little bit, get the truck low down just enough with a little bit of engine braking, get back on the gas, use that blue and white line to help carry you around the corner. Open up the wheel coming to the straightaways, and you got it pretty much figured out. Chad McKinley and Derek Runge are going to bring these drivers to the start of stage number 3. Green flag is on out. Nathan Nicholson starting P at number 4. Derek Runge on the outside, not getting a good run. Nathan Nicholson going to be able to get down below him. We got a battle for P at number 2. Brendan Himmel trying to get on around the number 77. He's going to be able to do so. He's going to slide all the way back up to the outside and start challenging for the P number 3 position of Derek Runge. Brandon moves his way up to the outside. Nathan Nicholson going to bounce to the outside to give him a little help on the outside. And then you got Aiden Beerline coming through as well. Second and third position is going to be side by side. Everybody else is going to be single file. And then there you go. Nathan Nicholson ends up falling back in line. Stephen Knight going to hit the apron just a little bit. Going to send that truck up to the outside lane. And that's one thing that you definitely going to watch out for is too much apron. Truck's going to get a little bit tight. It's going to push you up the racetrack. Not enough. And you could be burning off the right front down on that inside lane and getting yourself ready for what else is about to come. Looking back here, it looks like Miguel Carrera was side by side with, it looks like Zach Henry. the number 56 going to dive it all the way down to the inside lane. Wants to get on away from whatever was about to happen. He's still doing what he needs to do. Eli Childs back there in P number 12. Not sure what's going on with the number 9 machine, but he's back towards the back. Eli Childs not having the start to stage number 3 that he wants. Looking about 2 wide right behind Miguel. Blake Tidwell looking to get past or make the pass on the number 56 of Brad Thacker. Brad Thacker trying to get that truck down to the inside, use whatever momentum he can to make it on around. Miguel Carrera going to get a little bit slow, and that's going to move Brad Thacker on up 2 more positions. He's able to get around that number 35 and the number 81. Here comes the 9 of Eli Childs down to the inside. Going to get past the number 81. Now he's going to start working on the number 35. Not able to get clear. But Eli doing everything he can to get on around there. Brandon Himmel with the race lead over Chad McKinley. Side by side, actually, for the race lead. We've seen this before. Now it's Brandon Himmel up on that outside. Chad McKinley down on the inside. A little bit of a door rub there going down the backstretch. Chad not going to give up. Brandon Himmel almost getting in the outside wall, coming off of the corner. Still side by side for the race lead. Last time we seen this was Nathan Nicholson and Chad McKinley. Chad was up on that outside, ended up getting into the outside wall, but now it's going to be Brandon Himmel getting it clear of Chad McKinley. See what else kind of exciting moments are going on back here. Rady Richard all the way back up to P number 5. Started at P number 2. And able to make it happen. While we have that going on, watching everybody do some racing. "76 laps out of 134 are completed. Come around to take lap number 77. Still, Rady Richard trying to do everything he possibly can to stay up in P number 5. And making it work. While we have the time, we're going to go ahead and do our last of our "You Love to Hear It." Give you guys the sights and sound of a Charlotte Motor Speedway in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. We'll be right back. are back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, lap 102 out of 134. Eli Chow's making his way up to P number 5. Still have yet to make his green flag pit stop. He's going to go ahead and go in this time by side with the 47, and this is number 79. So green flag pit stops making their way right now. But it's going to be Derek Runge in Zach Henry, staying out one more extra lap. Here tonight, there's going to be the final pit stop of the race, and these drivers can utilize this to their advantage. We're going to see, looks like Derek Runge is going to stay out an extra lap as well. Same with the number 77, potentially waiting for a caution to hit the racetrack. You may never know, it could happen. But now everybody is one lap down other than Zach Henry and Derek Runge. These two are the only two on the lead lap, but every lap they stay out. Brandon Himmel is slowly but surely closing the gap on these two drivers. Does the 42 go in this time by? No. Does the 77? No. Still out there for another lap around Charlotte Motor Speedway. Pit stops have all taken care of themselves. Brandon Himmel last pit on lap number 97. Everybody else 92, 102, 91, 84. These last two on lap number 62 are the last to go on in. And there we go. Derek Runge on in. Same with Zach Henry down and into pit lane. Now, when they come back around, Brandon Himmel will be your race leader. That's if they can get in and get out before Brandon Himmel has a chance to catch up to them. Brandon Himmel already into turns number 3 and 4, so yes, I believe these drivers are going to be able to get on around. Let's go to a pit road. There we go. There's a better picture of them there. Yeah, so they're not going to be the race leaders anymore, as they're going to keep on dropping it down the leaderboards. Both of them are going to be able to come on out at the same exact time. They're going to fall back in line of 7th and 8th. Brendan Himmel going to be with the race lead. Miguel Carrera in 3rd. Nathan Nicholson in P number 2. Aiden Beerline in 4th. Chad McKinley in 5th. Randy Richard in 6th. Derek in 7th. Zach in 8th. Steve Knight in 9th. Ty Schoening in 10th. Eli Childs in 11th. And running out your 12-car field after Brad Thacker took an early exit here tonight is going to be Blake Tidwell in P number 12. Back here with the number 13, he's got the 30 or the 65 all over his back bumper. Chad McKinley trying to take over that 4th position. 108 laps in out of 134. I think right now, yeah, these 4 actually all in a line. There they go. The 65, the 13 going to look down to the inside. A 2-for-1 into turns number 3 and 4. Maybe a 3-for-1. Yes. Randy Richard going to be able to make that pass on to Miguel Carrera as well. So move Aiden Beerline back into P number 3. 26 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Going to be side by side now. Chad McKinley going to take it to the outside lane. He's going to be able to get past the number 13 of Aiden Beerline with ease. And here comes Randy Richard. Randy Richard wants a little bit of this action. He's on the outside, Aiden down to the inside. So you got 2 Team Conti trucks on that outside. A Race CPI truck down on the inside. Brandon Himmel having some issues. Not sure what happened to the number 40 machine. But he's going to go on down there. I wonder what happened to Brandon Himmel. Did he blow up? Oh, no. Nathan Nicholson and Brandon Himmel getting together. Oh, what about overcorrected. A yard sale for the number 40 machine. Not what he wants to see. Is Brandon Himmel going to take it into pit lane? His night is going to be over. And that's going to give the race lead to Nathan Nicholson, who's got a big time difference. 4 seconds the distance between these two. Aiden Beerline sitting at P number 4. These two in front of him are hooked up, ready to go. Going to try to track down the number 99 of Nathan Nicholson, who had the weird little netcode incident, sending Brendan Himmel up to the outside wall. Yard sale, if you guys go down to the pit side right now, Brendan's got that autographed, ready to go. $10 a slot. Aiden Beerline going to go ahead and get on around Randy Richard. There, now he's going to go down the inside and get on around the number 65. 20 laps to go for Nathan Nicholson. Nathan Nicholson trying to get on around the number 35 here now. A little bit up to the outside wall. Nathan working his way from the back all the way up to the front once again. Blake Tidwell up into the outside wall in front of your race leader. But able to make something happen. Aiden Beerline going to be able to take over P at number 2. Is they are back to green flag racing and have been green all this time. Minus the 2 stage breaks. Aiden Beerline holding on to P at number 2 at the moment. Blake Tidwell is going to take that number 35 down into pit lane. I'm not sure. Maybe it was that little bit of contact that he had with the outside wall, but still needing to get those repairs done. Looking at the most exciting look, taking a look at the number 47 of Ty Schoening. In that black and white number 47, trying to do what he can to make anything go. Everything that you see here tonight is going to be complete in open setup territory. Like I said earlier in this race, basically setup shops like Team Conti, Sim Performance, RacingPI.com, Premier Setup Shops, Craig Setup Shops, Ryko, RKM, Nitro, anything of those natures You're going to see all those drivers out here tonight with those setups in. As you see, the number 42, Derek Runge with that Team Conti Sim Performance tag on the sides, in the rear, in the front of that number 42 machine. Nathan Nicholson, one of the race EPI drivers. Zach Henry, a race EPI driver. And Nathan Nicholson, a race EPI, or Aiden Beerline as well, as a race EPI driver. Derek Runge able to get on around Chad McKinley with 13 laps to go. If you guys haven't already, and you guys haven't seen the stream from Thursday night at Darlington, make sure you guys go back and watch that. That was an absolute blast of a race to call. Darlington and the Next Gens, absolute blast. Absolutely beautiful to watch all the way in and through. Still going to be side by side. Chad McKinley is just going to go ahead and let them go on by. Chad's going to drop down the running order. But it's going to be Derek Runge in P number 3, Aiden Beerline in the second, and Nathan Nicholson with the race lead. Coming to 10 laps to go. Race has gone completely green, minus the 2 stage cautions. As they all make it around 10 more times, and we get ourselves a race winner here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Give you guys just a little bit of a look through the week. Tonight, obviously, myself in the broadcast booth for CRN. Next week, or Sunday night, you're going to have a tomorrow night, you'll have Brendan Pope and David Tilford in the broadcast booth for the Core Premier Series. Monday night, no broadcast that I know of. Tuesday, I have myself in the broadcast booth for the Demon Truck Series. And then John Novinger in the broadcast booth for the Core Xfinity Series. And then Jimmy and Carl in the broadcast booth for UCRL. Wednesday night, no broadcast that I know of other than the Smoky Mountain Grassroots Truck League on Wednesday nights. Thursday night, you're going to have myself in the broadcast booth once again for the Ghost Cup Series. On Thursday night at Talladega. It's definitely going to be a fun race to watch. Definitely will be there on a Thursday night. Seven laps to go here at Charlotte. Zach Henry is looking to capitalize on that. He made his way up to P number 3, excuse me. Getting around Derek Runge with 7 laps to go. Hopefully everybody is enjoying this entertainment here tonight. 5 laps to go from Charlotte. Zach getting up into the outside wall just a little bit. Not too much to where it damages his car, well, the truck at all. but able to make everything work in his favor. Down to the inside goes Chad McKinley, trying to get around for P at number 4 here tonight. Four laps to go. Aiden Beerline in P number 2. Nathan Nicholson with a 4-second lead over second place. Derek Grunge going to run that outside. Chad down to the inside. Trying to make something work, just not able to get it done. Derek Grunge getting a little bit loose on that outside, but able to keep the momentum up. And I think what they say, loose is fast. Well, you're seeing it here. Chad McKinley able to get on around the number 42. 3 laps to go. Is there enough time for the 65 to catch up to the number 77? Or is that all that she ended up riding? Ten cars left on the lead lap. Tidwell, Himmel, and Thacker. All 3 of those drivers took it behind the wall. Derek runs really loose. Ends up saving it. Taking it all the way down to the inside. Almost ruined that race truck. Final lap for the driver of the number 99 of Nathan Nicholson, going around turns number 1 and 2. But the battle is back here with the 9 and the 79 for P number 8. Eli Childs down to the inside, but it's going to be this driver up here, Nathan Nicholson, through turns number 3 and 4 for the final time. Hitting the front stretch is going to be the number 99, getting the race win here tonight at Charlotte. Second is going to be Aiden Beerline. The third is going to be Zach Henry. Fourth will be Chad McKinley. Fifth is going to be Derek Grunge. Sixth, Ty Schoening. Seventh, Randy Richard. Eighth, Eli Childs. Ninth, Steve Knight. 10th is going to be Miguel Carrera. Nathan Nicholson getting the race win here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and follow along with the number 99. Let him do his burnouts here tonight. Just can't get a zoomed in of, guess he already got off the racing surface. But while we have the time, go ahead and grab our third place driver. That is going to be, let me find him, Zach Henry. Now joining us in the number 77, still showing up as the number 12. That's going to be Zach Henry. Zach, this is Dylan, CRN broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Zach. It's Charlotte. You know, a lot of on throttle time, not a lot of off throttle time, especially with the track being as cool as it was here tonight. But most importantly, you kept the truck as clean as you possibly could. A little bit of scrapes here and there coming off of turn number 4, but you can't be too bad about it. Ended up fighting yourself all the way up to P number 3, up 3 positions from where you started. So from 6th to 3rd, not bad.
Yeah, no, actually, I think I started 3rd. I think I finished right where I started. But yeah, it was a good race. The setup was super stable for me. It was super good. I was a little worried that I was gonna burn off my right rear. I kind of mentioned that last week after Wilkesboro. I've had an issue with that lately at these 1.5 miles. So I was taking it super easy at the beginning of these runs, and I was a little too easy, so I didn't give myself enough time to make up the ground I gave up. But it was fast. I was definitely one of the best on the long runs, and that's something to be proud of.
Hey, long runs ended up coming into the favor here tonight. There's only 2 cautions for the 2 stages, so can't be too mad about it at all. I mean, everything ended up working out in your favor. Ended up coming back, finishing P number 3, like you said. Didn't want to burn off the right rear at this track, like you said last week. But now we're going to turn our attention to a track that runs similar to Darlington. That's going to be Worldwide Technology. What's it going to take to, one, get the shifting just right, and 2, keeping it off the wall and keeping the truck from getting too loose on corner exit?
Being patient, I guess. Similar to a Darlington, you want to be real patient. Getting on the brake, getting off the throttle, getting back into it, especially since you do shift, and I think it's 1 and 2 at that track, maybe 3 and 4 in the back half of the runs, depending on how the setup's built. But definitely going into 1 and 2, you just got to time that right. If you don't, you're gonna not only kill your stuff, but you're gonna kill your fuel mileage as well. But I personally like that track. I don't think many people do, but I'm a big fan of that one. I like the tracks where there's a lot of off throttle kind of braking time, and if we're throwing some shifting in there, that's, in my opinion, a pro no matter where it is.
Yeah, I mean, shifting anywhere is always going to be superior to anything else that you could throw at any other driver. But, having a good points night here tonight. Obviously, hopefully next week you get a good points night next week. But, Zach, before we let you get on out of here, is there anybody on that number 77 machine you'd like to give a shout-out to? The floor is yours.
I got to shout out my wife and the family that watches this every week. The EPI guys. We had Aiden here today. We're all super fast. I guess we worked together a little bit, but we weren't really working together. We're all just kind of racing, and finished, I think, where we probably should have finished in that order. You for doing these broadcasts, and Eli for running the league.
All right, Zach, we're going to go on ahead and let you get on out of here, celebrate that 3rd place finish, and we'll be seeing you again next week.
All right, you have a good one.
All right, this is going to be our 3rd place finisher of Zach Henry. I'm going to go ahead and grab our 2nd place finisher. That's going to be the number 13 of Aiden Beerline. Aiden, this is still in the CR broadcast booth. I got a copy.
Yes, sir.
All right, Aiden. Come in here starting, I would say, probably 10th, maybe-ish. Maybe my SDK is messing up just a little bit. But you finished P number 2. It seemed like you saved your tires earlier in the run, and then later in the runs towards the end of the stages and actually the end of the race, your truck ended up coming on alive, drove yourself all the way up to P number 2, passed a lot of drivers like they were sitting still, but just ran out of time to catch that number 99 here tonight.
Yeah, the whole night I was just trying to figure out how to tire save properly, and I can't thank Nate enough for the help. And I was just kind of following him half the race, trying to learn how to save here. This is like my 2nd or 3rd race ever here, so I'm just learning the track and trying to figure out how to drive it. And we messed up a little bit on pit exit and let Nate get away a little too much, but I'm just happy that we were able to equal out lap times with him and finish 2nd here.
Yeah, Charlotte's one of those tracks where, obviously you got to be patient, especially coming off of turn number 4. It's kind of like the Texas bite, some could say, is, Texas, you burn off that right rear just a little bit too quick. Coming off turn number 4 could really bite you in the rear. And then obviously turn number 2, coming off of that corner, you could get extremely loose as well. But you were able to keep your nose clean and keep the truck clean as well. Come home to a P2 finish. I asked Zach how he thought about next week with Worldwide Technology with the downshifting, kind of like Darlington in a way, except for, obviously Darlington you don't shift at all, but Worldwide Technology, a little bit of shifting there. What's your expectations going into next week?
be honest with you, I have no clue. I've never raced there before, and to be honest, most of these tracks I've never raced before much. So like just trying to learn it as quick as possible and run up front.
Yeah, definitely got to do what you can. Keep some clean air on the front end of that truck and see what you can do. But Aiden, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here and celebrate that second place finish. But if there's anybody on that number 13 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Well, first off, I got to thank Jesus Christ, my mom, for watching me every week. And also got to thank EPI, Elite Performance Industries, for the setups. There were rocket ships, and Nate and Zach and Brendan racing tonight, and Nate for all the help he gave me tonight. It helped me a lot and helped me finish in the top 3 here tonight and figure out the track as quick as I did. So can't thank them enough. I can't thank Eli for putting on this league, and y'all for putting on an amazing broadcast.
All right. Well, Aiden, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here, celebrate that second place finish here tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, this is going to be our second place finisher of Aiden Beerline. Going to go ahead and move up to our race winner. That's going to be the number 99 of Nathan Nicholson. Nathan, this is still in the CRM broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. We're in the back. You're in the front. You're in the back again. Kind of a little bit of a strategy move there after stage number 1 to start towards the back, kind of save your stuff for the long haul of stage number 2. Ended up working in your favor. And then stage number 3 ended up starting P number 3 down on that inside. Quickly made your way up to the front row. And then green flag pit stops happened, and you were able to pull on away and grab the lead and not look back.
Yeah, it had a pretty good piece this week. Everybody in the everybody in R&D and everything got everything pretty well suited.
Yeah, so, Charlotte, one of those tracks where a lot of on throttle time, not a lot of off throttle time. Zach was talking about, not wanting to burn off the right rear. Some drivers would have burned off the right front. You kind of see that, especially in the mile and a halves, kind of like this in Texas, where there's not a lot of off throttle time. You were able to hug that white and blue line as much as you possibly can until later in the race, where the more tire wear that you had on the car, you ended up having to move up towards the wall, and it seemed like that was benefit of the doubt to everybody out here tonight.
Yeah, I really only moved up to the wall to pass, or if I was really loose, because it would tighten you up a bit. It would build more right front heat than right rear heat in the tire. So once out, you would go up there and you'd run it for about 10, 15 laps. The bottom would come back in because your right front's heated up, so you can go back to the bottom so you're not crashing off the corner.
I mean, that's just one way to end up having it go your way is, obviously, like how you've told me, if you're too loose down on the bottom, go up to the top, have yourself getting tightened back up, then you go back down and run the way that you need to run. And I've taken that and I've used it myself throughout every race that I end up doing. But switching over from mile and a halves back down to somewhat of a short track, Darlington feel of worldwide technology, patience is going to be key. Downshifting at the right moments is going to be key as well. And then obviously the clean air, as these trucks kind of get aero tight in behind somebody. So what's it going to take to perfect everything that you need to do for worldwide technology?
Well, the first thing we can perfect is burning the track down and never going there, because that track is garbage. I don't know. It's just going to be one of those races of who can keep the right rear on it, because it's just a one groove racetrack. You can't really do anything. You might be able to run the middle and 1 and 2 or up higher, but that's about it. Turn 3 and 4 is a no-go unless you can somehow find a way to run the fence. If somebody finds a way to run the fence, that will blow my mind, because I know that track is a one groove racetrack.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a one groove racetrack. Maybe a groove and a half, but it's really, really tight. I mean, obviously, you get up into the no man's land, kind of like how the old Texas used to be before this new update and the dynamic track came out. You got up too high in turns number 1 and 2. That was pretty much no man's land, and that's essentially Gateway in the best perspective that I could possibly tell you. Well, I mean, Worldwide technology, I mean, it's race is similar to Darlington with the way that it's shaped. Obviously, Darlington's a lot more faster, fast-paced, and Worldwide is just oblong, kind of weird. But either way, still a one variety kind of track for a lot of these drivers. Can't wait to see what everybody else can do out here next week and to see who gets to hold that trophy at the end of the night. But Nathan, before I let you get on out of here and celebrate the race win once again here tonight, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to? The floor is yours.
Just the guys that I was racing with, Zach and Aiden. You for your broadcast, and Eli for the league. That's all I really have tonight for thanking people.
All right, Nate, we're going to go ahead and let you get on out of here, celebrate that race win here tonight, and we'll be seeing you again next week.
All righty, man. Catch you.
All right, that's going to do it for our race winner. That's going to be Nate Nicholson getting the race win here tonight. 134 laps up, 134 laps down, getting it down to the end of the race. Going to go ahead and go through our race results one final time before we get on out of here. First is going to be Nathan Nicholson. Second is going to be Aiden Beerline. Third will be Zach Henry. Fourth, Chad McKingley. Fifth is going to be Derek Run. Sixth, Ty Schoening. Seventh, Randy Richard. Eighth is going to be Eli Childs. Ninth, Steve Knight. 10th, Miguel Carrera. 11th, Blake Tidwell. 12th is going to be Brendan Himmel. And 13th is going to be Brad Thacker. That's going to do it for myself up here on the broadcast booth for CRN. My name is Dylan McDonald. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.